Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Peter Wright. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My full name is Đỗ Hoàng Mai Khôi, but you can call me Khôi.
And can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam.
So in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about where you live. Do you live in a house or an apartment?
I currently am living in an apartment. I'm working away from home right now. I come from the south of Vietnam, but right now I'm living in the north and working here. So I rented an apartment because it seems like a wise choice right now.
So can you describe your apartment?
My apartment, well, it's small. It's a shared house. I'm renting a room in there. And I don't really have a window. I have a skywell though, so it gives me a little bit of some natural light. And otherwise, I also have a bathroom, and my space is very well divided, so I feel pretty comfortable in it.
And what's your favorite room?
Since I don't have rooms, my room is basically a studio, so I'd say that is my favorite room. It's got everything I need, really. I have a bed, I even have a sofa, and home cinema kind of situation going on where I have a projector and speakers and I can watch films on my white wall, and it's amazing.
So do you think you'll live in this place in the future?
Oh, absolutely not. This is not where I picture myself to be in the next 5 years. So I'm aiming for something bigger, but right now I'm just here because I'm doing this work. And in the future, I might move somewhere else, maybe even go abroad. Honestly, I would want to own a house for myself, small one, not too big, but definitely not an apartment like this.
Let's move on and talk about cooking. And who's the best cook in your family?
Best cook in my family is my grandma. She has been told that she has a talent for cooking. Everybody loves her cooking. She usually cooks for our family parties, all of the death anniversaries, birthdays, weddings, stuff like that. And she has a huge book of recipes that she's accumulated over the years. And one day, I hope to inherit that, even though I don't cook, but it sounds like a good piece of history to have.
Do you enjoy cooking?
Sometimes I do. I consider cooking as a means of outletting my creativity. And I usually get really creative when I cook. So for example, last night I was so hungry. I had very few ingredients in my pantry and I decided to make pasta that I eat with soy sauce, which I know sounds very crazy, but I do that. And I also stir fry seaweed, which is probably not a good combination now that I know. And yeah, I'm very experimental when it comes to cooking. And I don't like traditional cooking at all. I don't like following recipes. I like going it at my own pace. You know?
Do you prefer home cooking or eating in restaurants?
It depends on who's cooking the home cooking. Right, so if I have to cook for myself, then probably not. But if I were to have home cooked food by my mother or my grandmother, I would so much prefer that because it fits my palate very well. And also it doesn't cost that much. Eating out is very costly.
Let's move on and talk about learning a language. And which languages have you tried to learn?
I aspire to be a polyglot. So I have tried a lot of languages. I've tried Japanese, Spanish, Italian, German, French, English. And so far I've only mastered English and a little bit of German. I used to speak Japanese, but it's been a while and I got really rusty.